questions for ladies. What is it like marrying twins?
Oh my gosh. If I get one more question, do you ever get them mixed up?
Do you ever get them mixed up? I know.
What happens if I say yes? Like, what do you expect me to say? No. Like, it's so weird.
Being married to twins. Oh my gosh. I mean,
This was a highly asked question.
Yeah, everyone wanted to know. It's not that crazy, to be honest. Me and Esther, we've always been able to tell you guys apart all the time.
Yeah.
Never.
And another thing is like, well, did you were you trying to decide? No, like you gravitate towards a person. I feel like it was so natural. Never once was I like,
I feel like,
never.
That's
really
never.
weird.
Yeah, someone always says, they're like, did you mix them up or why didn't you go for David? Why Johnny? And I was like, genuinely? I never even looked David's way during Bible college.
Right.
Like, for me, it was always like, something's different about Johnny. And everyone's like, what about their like looks? I personally think that you guys look different.
Look so different.
Yeah,
like, and the older you guys get, you guys start looking different. Like, your styles change.
They look the same only when they were like little and when they were like preteens. Probably.
I think at 12 years old, that's when we started kind of branching off.
The styles were a little different.
And your personalities are different and the same, but you guys are two different people.
Yeah. It is funny to think though. It's like twins are so interesting, and it's like I did marry a twin. Like that's so interesting that there's another year.
I know. I forget these are twins.
Around.
Everyone never in my life was I thinking I'm gonna get how weird would it be to get married to a twin?
It just happens.
Yeah, it's just to me you guys are two different people. I don't even see you guys as twins to be honest. Except when you guys talk. And I'm like, whoa, their voices are the same. Yeah, me and Esther always said like the voices. Or when you guys dress the same and you guys are standing like to your backs, I'm like looking, I'm like,
gonna do a quick take.
I'm like, no. I'm like, I know John. I'm like, oh, that's not John.
Yeah. I remember when you guys just moved down here. Hold up. Backtrack a little bit.
Oh my gosh, the stories at church. Okay, we'll talk about that.
So John was living in Washington with Amy, and then me and Esther were living in Florida. And I remember like forgetting completely that I even have a twin. Like I just remember John, like that's a brother, you know?
Yeah.
That's it. Like sometimes I completely forget that I even have a twin, you know? And when I moved to Florida, a lot of people didn't know I have a twin.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of the way like people back in the day would know us. They'd be like, oh, that's the twins. Yeah. Like, that's the first thing people would know about us. That's twins.
Like your identity.
Yeah, exactly. When I moved here, no one really knew that. So it was just like me, you know? And then when John moved down here, no one really knew I had a twin. And then the first time John and Amy were going to come down to church, right? They were going to come down and visit our church to see if they liked it. Me and Esther, for some reason, couldn't show up that day. And they were about to go by themselves. Gosh. I remember thinking, hold up, maybe it's not a good idea for them to go, just in case like they walk in, people are going to think that John is me. Because they've never seen John before. They have no idea who he is. So they're going to think David walked in with some random girl. And Esther's dad is like one of the main pastors. Yeah. So right away, they would be like,
the drama.
He's cheating, you know? Like the rumors, everything. So it would have been crazy. So we're like, all right, let's wait till like all of us can go at the same time so people can see that there's John and David.
Like a soft launch.
Yeah, exactly. Funny story. I was at K&K Bakery, shout out. I was at K&K Bakery and I was talking to one of the girls there. She was giving me my baklava. And she's like, oh, you're David's brother, yeah? And I was like, yeah. And then she was like, yeah, literally when you guys walked in the first time, I literally thought you were David and David was walking in with some other girl. And now he was like cheating or something. It was weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's a real thing.
The story at the sushi restaurant. Tell that one.
Oh, yeah.
So which one is this?
We go to the sushi restaurant with Seba, shout out. Anyway, so we go to this sushi place. And as we're walking in, we see this huge table of just Slavic people sitting at the table all around.
Bro. And you can spot them from a mile away.
Yeah, so me and Amy walk in and we're going to our table and all I see is just them all breaking their necks at us. Just
like, you know, Slavics.
Just like all in a line, just boom, like everyone's head just like this. And I'm like, bro, why are they all looking at us? And I looked at Amy like, why are they looking at us, you know? And
no, Seba goes, do you know them?
Yeah,
right? And I'm all like, no.
I don't know. So we sit down and they're still all looking at us. And one of the guys goes, David. And I'm like, David. And I don't hear him. And then he's like, and then he finally makes eye contact with me. He's like, are you David's brother? And I'm like, oh, yeah.
And this is like in the middle of like a public sushi restaurant.
And he's like, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, we went to missions together or whatnot. And everyone's like, oh, okay, so he's a brother. And it was pretty
But it was like a solid 5 minutes that they're like, oh, like, right? He's coming in like with a new, because they only know David, you know? And I'm all like, John. And I remember I'm like, John, Oh my goodness! I'm like those. I think those
this
people are
might
from
be
their
an
church.
actual
I'm like,
issue.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it was actually a pretty big thing.
Yeah. If Northport was bigger, I feel like this wouldn't be such a big deal. But like the Slavic community is so tight knit in Northport that everyone knows everyone. You know. So something out of the ordinary, everyone's like, "What is going on?" Like I remember when we would all go to church together. After we'd be done, like I would walk up to someone, shake their hand, and then John would come right after me and shake their hand, and they'd be like, "Wait, what's going on?" And we would have at least like 5 encounters like that every single Sunday service.
A lot of people were confused at first.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.